Namaste everyone. My greetings on behalf of Disha on this wonderful occasion of International Day of Yoga. This is one festival which belongs to the whole world. It does not pertain to one particular caste or creed, one particular religion or belief. It's one particular age group or the other. It is something which is the whole world follows, and that's what is the International Day of Yoga. And today happens to be the longest day, and that is why we are celebrating this International Day of Yoga. The significance of this International Day of Yoga is the importance that yoga gained in the last about 100 years, ever since Swami Vivekananda introduced this yoga into the international forum, and from there it has slowly steadily picked up. Several yogis from India have gone around the whole world, spread this message. Today there is no country where people do not know about yoga, and it does not belong to any particular class of people, but it is for everybody. And not only that, the kind of enthusiasm that International Day of Yoga has caught the spirit of, whether they are the actors, whether they are the VIPs, the politicians, educators and students, everybody on the forum, they're all practicing the idea of yoga. Because the idea of practicing International Day of Yoga is because of these three important reasons. One is the health, second is the harmony, and third is the peace. And these three qualities, health, harmony and peace, they are with us, all within us as part of our own being. They are not coming from outside, they are within us. Again, when we have this idea of health, harmony and peace as a part of this International Day of Yoga, it is not just this day that we practice, that this day that we think of this, but this is the day that it reminds us that this has been the way that we are supposed to be living in our life. So therefore, it's a yoga lifestyle. All other practices are the practices that people do, like for example, gym, exercise, and puja, meditation, all those things are something what people do. But yoga is supposed to be a lifestyle. In this culture, ever since it started from the time that immemorial, this practice of yoga or the ideas of yoga has been part of this particular culture. Only thing is, Patanjali, he has come on later on. He gave us the sutras, that means to say formulae of yoga, so that we now know very clearly that what is this practice of yoga. Now what happens is that so many people have taken yoga in so many different ways and ideas all over the world. But now this practice that now it has become International Day of Yoga, what we are trying to come to is the most scientific aspect of yoga and to see that how it can reach the people, mankind. When it is the scientific way, then it does not belong to any particular religion, region, caste or some individuals. Like for example, physics, chemistry, these are all sciences, and then they don't belong to any place. Maybe Einstein comes from Germany and he has given us a theory of relativity, but we don't take it that theory of relativity belongs to German, and we are Indians, we can't take it. It does not belong to any region. Newton was in England and he has given us this law of gravity, apart from various other things. But look at the way that what he has given became the part of the whole universe. The same way that yoga might have emerged from this particular land, from this particular culture, but it does not have to confine itself to this place. Therefore, basically now with several research papers published and all those things, now yoga has now gone beyond the boundaries of this country, beyond the boundaries of the text, which were there in Sanskrit, because originally all these things are written in Sanskrit. But now yoga is something which is translated into all the languages of the world. Books are there, literature is there, research work has been done. I would look at this particular International Day of Yoga as an important tool to see that this practice that it gets into the people, maybe that in the future that everybody involves in some kind of a research or the other. Either it is in the laboratory with the help of equipment and the research, or the research within himself, his own personality. I have such great anecdotal experiences about this yoga being practiced. In fact, when one of the ladies who participated in our yoga teacher training program in Turkey, her husband, one day when we were going together someplace, he said that ever since my wife has taken yoga, we have seen so much of harmony in our family. See, that means to say that it has its effect, whether you notice it or not. It will definitely be changing the whole world. I wish that today in this world, which is ridden with all these religious faiths and beliefs and trying to kill each other in the name of religion, if we can really bring the people together, there's one tool which can unite them, and that's what is the tool called as yoga. Swami Vivekananda way back said, more wars are fought in the name of religion and faith than any other cause. So that gave the indication that is there a opportunity for us to raise from the level of religion and casteism and this and that, and one practice all over the world which can take us beyond that is yoga. Provided we start doing yoga, not just only simple physical practices, but to see that we have asanas at the body level, kriyas at body level, pranayama at the prana level, various meditation practices at the mind level, and we also have intellectual understanding called as jnana yoga, emotional stabilization called as bhakti yoga. Like that, all the different stages of yoga working at various personality levels on us, when we are able to take this message to the world, probably the world will be a better place, and holistic way that we can grow the development of yoga. Apart from that, there is another very important reason why yoga becomes very important is that World Health Organization way back 20, 30, 40 years ago, they had this idea that the whole medical practice should rise from the level of treating the sickness to recognizing the well-being. So therefore they said it is not mere absence of sickness, but it's a positive well-being. And if people want to have that positive well-being, they must have a tool which can maintain that positive well-being of an individual, and that's what is yoga. So it is not that yoga has to be practiced for the sake of sickness, but to see that I maintain the health, I take care of the health, we need to grow. Actually, very important aspect is that with the help of yoga, that health enters into us, the sickness goes away. Like the way that the moment that the light enters inside, the darkness goes away. This is what Charaka has given us the analogy, and we can use that particular thing so that from psychological point of view, we take away the sickness aspect within us and we start feeling healthy. The more and more that we feel healthy, the more and more that we can bring that health in our life. Ayurveda also says that ahara, vichara and your vyavahara, all these things to be in a healthy way. So this is what is the idea of yoga. Whether it is you take the practice of karma yoga, jnana yoga, or whether you take the practice of yama, niyama of the Raja Yoga, or sitting in meditation of the mindfulness, any of these practices that you take, you see that they all touch the core of your being, and that's what is yourself. There cannot be any way that you can remain to be a person who is a bad character when we have taken the yoga as a way of life. So it is this which has prompted that the whole of Indian culture survived for 7,000, 8,000 years, so vibrant way. It is because that these things are the part of our own way of life. So let us bring back, I feel that this particular yoga as a lifestyle we bring back to the world, greatest contribution of Indian culture to the world around. And we are ready to give that idea to the world. And with these practices that we are doing, International Day of Yoga has been designed with a small little program where it is given a few practices together. Yes, today we do that so that we have uniformity all over the world. But at the same time, we see that Yoga is a vast science, ocean of knowledge that is there. Let this be the beginning of our journey, and let's make on our own the journey in such a way that we go into all the details and depth of yoga, so that we will be able to bring about a total all-round personality development. With this, basically, that we are able to reach the world, we are able to reach the whole aspect of the world, whether it is young or old. In a process that this we started all these things. Let this yoga, with our all efforts of International Day of Yoga and taking this yoga further, let it become like part of a curriculum for the students all over the world. Without any reservation, let's all develop this yoga, practice this yoga, improve our health, improve our well-being, and improve the peace and harmony, interpersonal relationship. With these few words, what Disha has already been giving, values in the life in the name of Disha programs, this also becomes part of that Disha program. Therefore, all our camps, all our courses, we always include yoga as essential part of this journey of Disha, the direction that we are giving. Once again, may all the yogis from ancient lore, all the rishis who have given us this great vision, let them all bless us. Let them all say to us eloquently, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. And with the help of yoga, you can achieve that. Namaste.